Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, via Facebook Messenger and not Zoom,
Woo!
is Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
I am good, Dino. How are you? Hello, everybody. I look like crap today. I've had like 2 seconds to prepare.
You look fantastic, okay?
Shut up. Not shut up. Sorry, that was super mean. So
She beats me.
have
She
to
beats
tell
me
you
when she sees
something
me. She's
super funny.
Tell me.
Okay, can I tell you? Because it's hilarious.
I like funny stories.
So last night at like about 2 in the morning, I wake up. I'm super restless. I can't sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna, flicker the mouse a little bit.
That makes sense.
Okay. It helps put you to sleep every once in a while.
Also true.
So, sometimes it's close to witching hour. So, so I pulled out a toy that I have. This such toy, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh.
Okay.
It's turned into that kind of show, guys. Entertainment.
Okay, well, this is the funny part. So, it wouldn't turn off. I just literally got it to turn off. I was covering it with heavy blankets and everything to try to get it to, because I still had to go about my day. I had to get up, help my grandpa get dressed and cleaned up and change his bomb and stuff like that. Well, my vibrator is vibrating downstairs. Like a mofo, because it was on get her done mode. So it was like So that happened. So that's how my mornings got. It just literally, as I was setting up, I finally, and I think the battery just died.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's my morning.
You know what? That,
How did your morning go at night? Mind you, I haven't been able to sleep because I've been up since 2 in the morning.
You know what? Honestly, I couldn't be happier after hearing that story. Because, the best part.
Did you have it happen too?
No, I'm a man. I don't need a dildo. It's fine. Especially that.
I don't use
that looked
something,
like
I
the fucking World Rocker 9000 or whatever the fuck that was.
No, it's just little, and I only use this part of it because it tickles your.
Guys, that's fucking hilarious.
Please share, and
subscribe. If you want to hear more stories about random things not getting turned off, you know what the best part?
No problem turning it on.
Yeah. Hey, we can turn things on, but turning it off, that is your problem. That is your problem. Honestly, that could not be any funnier because the best part is, listen, once you ring the bell, then you're like, oh shit, now it's like you finally get relaxed a little bit and now you're going to freak the fuck out because it won't turn off. Could that be any worse? No. And then, realistically, in the morning, you know, people are like, something what is that sound? Someone's phone alarm going off, or are you getting a text? Because you know what, it's weird that those little sounds.
I was trying so hard to cover it.
Oh, I can imagine you're like, I don't hear anything. I'm gonna go do laundry 7 times. Just leave me alone. Because there's nothing better than being caught red-handed, pink-handed. I'm not sure what you would call it, but I'm just saying it is gold.
This is twice in a month for me, or in 2 months, because
you have to learn.
When I asked my aunt to come get my charger for me because I was baking a cake and I had stuff all over my hands, so I asked her to come get my cell phone charger for me, forgetting that my vibrator was plugged in to the cord.
That only makes sense.
Luckily, I ran down quick enough in order to kind of save that one. It was still out there, but I was lucky enough that I was there to defuse it.
But
make light of the
if
situation.
another woman sees it though, do they get freaked out?
It's a woman that probably hasn't touched herself in 4 years. So.
Yeah, but I think I really feel, because you know what, like, it's this weird thing that I'll be honest with you, as a man, I'm jealous of it because women do have those secret conversations with each other, and they're a lot better at keeping on the down low than men are. You know, because men don't.
Yeah, men are like a bunch of little hens.
We are.
You guys are like a little bunch of hens. You guys gossip so bad and tell each other everything.
I find it's specific that men will exaggerate so much that it really loses the worth of talking with each other, and that gets really hard because you know what? There's sometimes like I remember, so I had moved to a different part of the bank years ago, and I was in because it was a phone center, but I was managing essentially half the country. Anyways, so we're learning the do's and don'ts of telephone banking and stuff. And a guy that I started to kind of acclimatize because when I'm in one of those classes, I'm essentially with people who are just starting. So even though I'm not starting, I have to go through the same training. So what happens is these people are all in their like early to mid 20s, and I'm sitting here in my 30s. So I saw a guy who was a little bit older. So I started talking with him. After a break, he comes back and he's like white as a ghost. And I'm like, what? He's like, I just shit blood. And I'm like, okay, listen. So I started asking him questions. I'm like, was it just dark, or like, was it blood? Were you bleeding? Do you have a hemorrhoid? He's like, no, I don't have that. And it was a very legitimate conversation. I go, listen, that could be really dangerous. You should go to the hospital right now. He's like really, really dangerous? I go, I don't know. It could be nothing. It could be something. But especially if there's blood, that means that there's something in your butthole or colon that's ruptured and is bleeding. If your poo is black, which we talked about, that could be way up. That could be like an ulcer or something like that in your stomach or high up in your intestines. And again, it's bleeding. It's bad for you, right? And he was like,
my poop has been good lately. It's not so black anymore.
Well, that's great. I can't go 3 minutes without her talking. No, anyways.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
No.
She's standing there looking at the camera going, I'm beautiful. Look at me. And my poop, it does not smell.
No,
does not smell. I am a poopless smeller. No.
Oh.
Anyways, but he was like, you know what? So he left. He went. They called an ambulance for him, and he left. And
they called an ambulance.
Yeah. And the next day he goes, hey man, you know what? It turned out to be nothing big, but he's like, thank you. He goes, I was really scared, and you really talked me down. I was like, no problem. He's like, and thanks for not talking about it with everybody else. I'm like, yeah, no, that's no problem. I was like, yo, that guy just shit blood. He just got fucked in the ass in the bathroom. Like, that's what would happen. Normally guys would be like, that guy got raped by 6 dudes in the bathroom. That's why he's bleeding from the ass. Right? And that's not nice, right? Where I think, I would like to think that the majority of women
are like that too, though.
Well, that's the thing is women are so evil when they want to be that they will destroy a girl for no fucking reason. That I don't agree with. Obviously, I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
But
especially if that girl's boyfriend like makes one comment to her or something, then it's game on.
Are you saying that you might have experienced something like that, Crystal? I doubt it. You're such a nice person. She's like, it's been shit sometimes. But
I am nice. That just sucks.
No, but that's the problem is your attitude is very easy to get along with, especially for men.
Yeah.
Because you can stand up for yourself, and that makes you hated by other women. I've seen not that I'm some sort of expert, I'm just got a penis, so I just noticed. I see that happens
on the other end of it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That's why always
if men like to hang out with you, then women hate you.
That's definitely true.
Because you have to be on their side, where men think that you're annoying and bitchy and cunty. Because if you're not on their side and you're not one of those women, then they don't understand you. And I'm shouting, and we have company.
What?
So I shouldn't talk about my dildo and stuff. We have company, and I'm shouting.
I'm positive that the girl's like, it didn't turn on. I want to get that one. Yeah.
The battery had to die in order for it to come off of, like, getting her done mode. And when I mean getting her done mode, like,
You know what the best part is? Like,
balls deep. Balls deep.
I'm happy that I've learned to be attentive to my wife, and that's very useful. But I have to admit, seeing the look on some men's face when they see certain dildos, and they're like, "What?" Where everything's like turning in a different direction and stuff, and they're like, "What kind of octopus shit are you, fucking woman?" Like, they get freaked out really quickly. And you realize
because they can't.
Well, they don't realize that.
That's why I try not to use it.
Well,
like that often either.
Bob the laundry machine comes number one in your house. I get it.
Yeah. I don't want to put the big part inside of me either because I don't want to fuck up my cupcake.
Yeah.
For the real thing.
Well,
you know, the real thing means a lot more to me than this thing. This thing only comes out when times are tough. And times are tough, and sometimes you need help getting to sleep. And when there's nobody beside you.
I just feel like that would be like the best superpower. Is like, in times are tough, it's like click, 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 and it turns out to, like, oh, now I got a dildo. You know, it's like, don't worry, I'll take care of shit from here on in. I get it.
That'd be awesome.
No, I get it. I totally do. But
yeah,
it's very perplexing. See,
I got a caramel bar.
I very much hate you right now. I don't have any chocolate bars. I have a egg white and feta wrap for breakfast.
Oh.
Which I'm enjoying.
That doesn't sound as yummy as a caramel bar.
I hope you fucking get punched in the face today, okay? I'm trying to be healthy.
Probably.
Well, you know what? You're kind of a jerk. You're kind of a jerk face today, okay? You're like, yeah, fatty, this caramel's delicious. Just all over her face. It's not very nice.
Enjoy your egg white, whatever, and feta.
Egg white, spinach, and feta wrap.
You get the feta because you're Greek?
I do like feta. I do. The funny thing is, I didn't like feta until I was in my 20s.
I like feta.
You would, you salty woman. No, my taste for feta only developed I was in my 20s, and now I enjoy it thoroughly. Oh. Even, in all honesty, like, this is the problem, and even when I took Victoria to Greece for our honeymoon, and one of the big things was that for her, we came back, and she was like, I miss color, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you gone blind? And she goes, no, it was just like, all the colors in Greece, like the blue is bluer, green is greener, red is redder, like everything's so more satisfying when you see it. And the reason is like where my house is, I have a lot of relatives in the area, and it's like we ordered. I don't know if I told you the story. Was one day he's like he ordered some food from a bar, and he goes, "Do you guys want a salad?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So his wife disappears, comes back. And I go, hey, where's the salad from? He's like, oh, well, the tomatoes are like 20 feet that way. The olives are from the orchard that I have. That his orchard's next to my orchard. And it's like, he's like, oh, and you know, he goes, this is, it's all literally within 50 feet, right? And you eat that Greek salad and you're like, yeah, I don't need food. Like it's so, because it's literally like, blink, here you go, you know? Whereas now you eat it and you're like, where's the real food?
I love that.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. That's why I can't wait to go back. But
we do all our salads all summer have been throughout the garden.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Or farmers market.
It's so good for you. Yeah. Like that's the hard part is that when you eat stuff from a store, a lot of times it's not as. It's not.
It's preserved.
It's not even that. It's
still preserved.
It matured in a dark place. It's not like if it matures off the vine, it's not going to have the same nutrients, right? And it's that weird thing where it's like I grew up in Brampton. We had tons of farmers in the area, so our produce was like spot on, right? The only time that we were like we had to go to a grocery store would have been in the winter, and even then, my mom was very selective in what she would get because she's like, no, I can't. And just so no one's
like mostly potatoes and carrots and stuff in the winter, parsnips, potatoes, like that kind of.
Could you be any whiter? I'm just wondering. You're almost clear at this point. Is that no? It's potatoes and carrots and parsnips. Ugh! Gross.
I hate them, but in the winter, it's what you gotta eat.
I remember when Crystal used to say that she didn't hate anything ever, but now I've turned her to the dark side, and she starts to hate. It's beautiful.
I don't hate
She
them.
hates them.
I eat
She
them.
stabbed one once. And then she spit on it. It's like,
Practicing.
so apparently we're not leaving that topic. Okie dokie.
We can leave that topic. I got so much candy right now. Just I went out and bought some Halloween candy.
August 31st, she's like, you know, we need Halloween candy. You bastard.
Guys.
That's just not right. Yeah, that's...
So I'm eating body parts right now. And of course that's the one that I pick. It's bloody body parts. But it's only because they're gummy. Like, they're like the gummy ones. And they're like...
There's too many jokes right now I have on my mind. I feel like you open that bag and you're like, where are all the crotches? No. Yeah, I thought the crotches...
Where's all the penis?
You said they were soft. I was going to make them hard and just go... It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate jokes. But I like it. What can I say? I'm a pervert.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's been...
I had a vibrator on for almost 12 hours. So I get it.
You know what? Yeah, that's fucking great. It's just a great story. Like, realistically. And I feel like there would definitely was someone in your house who's like, is someone's phone going off? Like, there definitely someone asked something, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You just shut the fuck up. And they're all like, okay, it's cool. Just
if it wasn't such a 1950s household, that probably would have happened. But everybody else thought it was a bomb.
That's awesome. I swear to God, I can't. You can't make that shit up.
Nope, you can't. Nope, you can't. That's why people are like, you know, some of your stories, I wonder if they're stories. And I'm like, what? If I can make the shit up, then
you know what?
I should get a nominee or an
award.
Plaque. Award. That's it.
Well, this is one of the...
Like an Oscar. That's what I was looking for.
Unless it's apologizing, because she sucks at that. She sucks so bad. She's like, I want to kill everyone. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, she definitely wants to kill everyone. There's no question about that. Just immediately. You know what? I've been going gangbusters, uploading in advance. So I just keep on rewatching certain parts of it. And the thing is, it's because I try and get a clip that's funny, right? Like, or it's a good story, it's a good kind of conversation where either we have a good time, or like it's entertaining, or it's beneficial, one of the two. And some of them, you're just like, well, those people are fucking assholes. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm like, it's completely unbelievable when she apologized. She says something, and you know what? She's mid-sentence, she's like, this was a mistake. Like, you can tell when it's happening. Because I've done the same thing. There's no question about it, right? But she's just halfway through, she's like, this was a bad mistake. And then she's like, I'm just kidding. And it's like, that was not believable. Like, she used all of her ability right in the beginning. You know? I feel like you have to get good at memorizing stuff so you could do one take. Because after that take, like, it might go to shit where you're like, I don't even know what I did. I blacked out with the first one. Just use the first one, you assholes. Yeah.
That's how I don't rehearse anything, like, because I have had videos. I did a cannabis with Crystal, where I was doing strain reviews and stuff like that, and I did all these different things. Like, I have my videos on Simply Me, pretty much a lot of my stand-up, everything I've pre-done, but I haven't rehearsed. Like, I've written it, it's my writing, it's my words, it's my story, but I've never rehearsed it. So, like, I've never said it over again before I go up. So it's kind of just like the thing. But I know how to tell the story and get the points out when they need to be put out and stuff like that, because
and that's
like, get my punchline out when it needs to be put out and stuff. Because I know when the thrill of the story is, because that was the thrilling part for me.
And the best part is, and I think...
But I don't pre-do anything. That's where I'm going. Whatever is up here is coming out before it even registers.
You heard it here, guys. When you get it from Crystal, you get it raw.
Well, how well do we know each other? Do we have multiple friends in common?
I was trying to work on a bit, and it's not working for me, but...
oh! Fuck, I came up with a good one.
Did you write it down?
No.
Why wouldn't you write it down?
And it was all about the raw dogging, too. Because I was going on I know that's not my joke.
I don't mean to...
But I really like it to spin it.
I don't mean to pigeonhole you.
But do you think I can spin it?
I don't mean to pigeonhole you into any specific genre. I'm just saying, you talking about raw dogging, it's going to go over well. Let's be honest. Even if it's a shit joke, it's going to go over well.
I know.
Okay? Whereas when I say raw dogging, I have to already have won the audience over. And then they're like, let's just watch the fat guy dance. You know, that's what happens. If I drop that kind of stuff too soon, then people are like, this is fucking disgusting. This fat fuck is going to kill somebody by jumping on top of them. That's what's going to, you know, it's not good. But you can. You definitely can. And I think you should definitely focus on that. But you got to start writing down. So the bit that I had was that I'm worried about people stalking me just because of my raw sexual power. And
I love it.
That wasn't the funny part, so I don't know why she's laughing, but...
because of my shrine.
But I say, like, that's the hard part, is I've started to get a lot more women trying to interact with me online. And I usually just delete it, but I will read it because I think they're fucking hilarious, right? And and the thing is that I've had men reach out to me. I've had women reach out to me. And what I usually do, the only way that I'll accept your friendship is if another female comic is already friends with you. That's how I know you're not a bot. Oh. Because women comics have to protect themselves against the perverts that are comics. And then on top of it,
why don't I get this perverseness from like... Women comics, they don't stick up for me. I only have them if I have enough man comics that they're friends with in order for them to add me.
I'm not a woman, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I can suspect, like, women...
I do have a lot of women comics on there, but there's some that I've tried to add that... No. And I'm at almost 5,000. Like, I've got, like, 10 people to go, so those 10 people, you better be good, because you're my last. So...
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'll take all lady comics.
I love how Crystal's like, I only have almost 5,000 followers. Poor me. What? I don't even have remotely close to that, you asshole. I'm not as pretty.
Maybe you should start shaving your legs.
No!
Douche.
Crystal got mad at me.
Nice and easy, that beard.
Crystal said I had a vagina yesterday over text. And it was very emotional.
He does.
That's not true.
He's been getting all, like, sappy with me because I've been going through a lot. He's trying to be a good friend. And he's trying to be consoling. And he's fucked up a little bit lately while I'm going through some... Well, I'm not really going through a lot. It's just life. Right? People get old, people get sick, blah, 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 people die, you gotta take care of people. That's just life, right? And you can't always do what you want to do because sometimes you got like 100 things to do. So that's me dealing with my own personal blah, blah, blah. But Dino's trying to like make up for, as a good friend, he's trying to make me feel better about the whole situation. Which is awesome, but I'm like, holy cow, this vagina. I love it though. Don't get me wrong, because if he wasn't, I'd probably be like, what the fuck, this guy? I want to talk to him every day for an hour, but he doesn't want to talk about my personal problems. So I'm kind of happy about it. And he tells me how amazing I am, which makes me feel super awkward, because I'm like, I don't know where this is going. Do I have to like spank you? Do I have to get dressed up like Big Bird soon? Like, what is happening? So, I just go with it, and I take it, and then I make fun of him. Because it's fun, and he's fun to make fun of because he can take it well. And I watch all our other videos, and I got catching up to do.
I don't know what to say right now.
I love how speechless I make you.
It's just, I love my wife. Let's start there. Let's go.
Today's episode's the episode where he said crystal like 4 times and got in trouble.
Yeah. And, we've already gotten comments.
No,
we've
good.
already gotten comments. And from, Annie. Hold on, let me just double check quickly. I want to make sure I got her name right because she's fantastic. She's a huge fan. She's, the head of fans and creators of, on Facebook. And she just actually,
nice.
she's been really supportive, and it's just been fantastic about everything. But she's the one who.
Thank you, Annie. Nice to meet you.
And Cleo Evanoff, she left a comment. And she's like, "Big mistake," and I'm like, "Yeah, I hearted that," because I'm like, "Yeah, that's." She's been super supportive and just telling us stuff, and she's been listening in, and it's been such a great support to the channel.
Nice.
But she was like, "That's a massive mistake," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm still paying for it." She's like, "As you should." I'm like, "Oh no, of course. There's no debate about that. I love my wife."
It puts me in a shitty situation too.
That's right.
So it's not awesome.
Because Crystal, you guys should know she's a horrible person, and now we know. I'm a great person. I love my wife, and she's like, "Listen, I'm gonna have to piss on you," and I'm like, "I don't want to piss on. Don't piss on me, okay? It's not my thing. I'm not into it. I love my wife."
No, I don't want to do it. We're friends. No, I'm gonna respect you, and if I pee on you, I'm not gonna respect you anymore.
So.
And I'm gonna tell everybody about it. On stage.
And that's why other women don't like you right there. Because you're like, "I'm going to tell everybody." Like, yeah, that would be the reason.
I am. And they cut their Barbie's hair because I'm one of those friends to have. Apparently they don't like that. That's when it started. That's when women started hating me.
When you cut off their prized possessions' hair? Yeah, that sounds about right.
That holiday Barbie. Fucking whatever. Apparently it's special. Apparently
not anymore.
You can't cut their hair.
Not anymore.
No, that one's not apparently. Now it's not worth money anymore.
I feel like she says it and you assume that she's a child when this happened, when I think it was like last year. She went over to a kid's house and cut his hair. That's honestly what, like, I kind of like, you know, 1 and 1 adds to 2, but sometimes you're like, maybe 3. We may not be getting all the information. That what we thought was a 1 was actually a 2, and what we thought was the other one was
I
pie.
might have to use that. I should have wrote that down. I'm gonna record that. Write that down. Excuse me. Oh my goodness!
God.
I am so sorry.
Rachel, what the fuck?
Wow. Holy cow, I didn't even cover my mouth for that. Like, that was just straight up because I was trying to take apart some Sweet Mary Jane. And
At 28 minutes, Crystal...
No! Dino! No!
Burp? That's
Dino,
good written down?
I am not forever penist. Therefore, we cannot announce my burping. What does your shirt say? This looks new.
No. It says...
You had me at...
Let's make it look like an accident.
He fucking right.
Yeah.
Damn right. We gotta hurry up because the ground's getting cold.
Nah, that's not a problem when you're a...
Ground gets cold, we can't dig.
It's not a problem when you're a real man.
It's hard.
Fuck you, right?
Okay, well, I don't have big hairy balls, so...
Allegedly.
I do not. I will prove it to
No. We're not proving anything on here. We're gonna...
I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it's out there. No, it's not to my forever penis. No, he's gonna like the weirdness in me. He's gonna appreciate it. He'll be grateful for it, that's for damn sure. But
listen, don't sell yourself short, eh? Like, you don't want to think that make it a priority. But I understand, like, you
it's not a priority.
It is a priority for her. She's lying. But what I'm telling you is you need to focus on you.
You have to be good in bed. My forever penis, I'm looking right directly in the camera. You have to be good in bed. I'm sorry, we will work on it as age happens, shit happens, sex isn't everything, but right now it's important.
So I'm going to give some advice to men. It's the first 3 times got to be good. She'll be fine. That's all you got to know.
Yeah, it's true. It really is
Like, first
true.
3 times?
It really is true.
First 3 times, do some crazy shit, and you're in. That's how that works.
Why is that true?
I don't know.
That is so true, because now that I think about it, everybody that I've been in a relationship with, it's been great, like, for, like, the first few times. And then after that, you hold on, waiting for it to be that great again. You're like, maybe we should get drunk.
Every man that is a shitty lover has relied on that their entire life. I just need to do this good 3 times.
I get it.
So
you just let the count out of the bag. Because then after that, they get so boring, and then you do the same thing. And I'm not talking to you in specific, but to all of you.
She's not talking to this guy, because I am a filthy animal. No. The point is...
And we've never done it. Just for the record.
My perception was she was going to give advice to people, but okay. She was just going to state that I'm a pervert.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, I am a pervert. That's fine. That's fine. And apparently she wants to...
No, I wasn't.
So the point is this. That men are trying to figure out what rings your bell, right? So once they figure that out, they will exhaust all of their variations very quickly.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, okay, new material, and it was all ringing the bell. Great. After that, they're kind of going, all right, well, she knows I can ring the bell. We're good. And men will rely on consistency and things staying the same so that they can do that every time and ring the bell. The problem is women...
But they don't.
Well...
They don't.
Many men...
They stick to what works them.
Well,
good.
Many men deal like drug dealers where they give you a taste for free and then they're like, oh, you have to earn it. It has to be your birthday or Christmas, which is ludicrous. But... That's what happens. A lot of men don't, they're like, yeah, first 3 times I got to hit it out of the park, and then after that, I get my big contract, and I can just sit on my laurels and just get blowjobs all the time. And every once in a while, I'll pat her on the back of the head just to be an asshole. And she'll be like, oh, but he loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This is what happens when Dino's sober. He gets way too real. It's not good. I don't think it's helpful.
Me too. Me too.
She's like, yeah, you're not helpful at all when you're sober. You should definitely have something to drink or do some drugs. That's definitely appropriate. I can't say it's not. But that's just kind of how it is.
It just sucks because, like, No, I did have really good intercourse with somebody that was sober. It was a complete sober, no drinking, no
Sounds
drugs,
shitty.
no nothing.
Sounds like it sucked.
And no, it was like, but it was only a once in a blue moon thing. Like, it was just like a booty call thing, and he was much younger than me, so that was not gonna
Listen, Pervo.
better.
Okay? Stay away from the young men's.
He wasn't illegal. He was legal.
I never insinuated that he was illegal, so let's just be very clear with that. Because the assumption I have when I'm doing this with someone over a podcast is that they've never done anything illegal with a child. For fuck's sakes, Crystal.
Ew. I know, I don't know. It's today. Nowadays, you have to be specific. And what are you, for fuck's sake, seeing me? You apologize for, like, being a little bit egotistical.
I'm not egotistical. I'm
sexist.
fantastic. Let's be very clear on that. I'm the greatest man alive.
Okay. The Instagram models totally agree.
That's why they're always like, hey, there's sexy singles in your area. And I'm like, I didn't know that, but I'm cool. I love my wife. Okay. I had to move like 3 times so they would stop following me.
That's a good one. I like that one.
You're welcome. Yeah. I think the idea of moving is what really made it good, right? It's like I had to move 3 times for the sexy singles in my area to stop following me around. Like, holy shit! I also got a new computer, so that kind of helped out. So that's why it's funny. That's why I'm a funny guy.
Hot. They keep following me everywhere. I love
Sexy
that
singles
one.
are always in my area because I am a sexual icon. That's the truth of the matter.
Did you write this down? Because this is hilarious.
I have it written down. I've been doing a lot more rants and stuff, and with my material, I'm just trying to figure out delivery, how I want to deliver it. Do I want to be a straight man, or do I want to deliver it a little different? But
okay, just don't deliver it too loudly. Like some people, you don't need to
Yeah, I'm not that person. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Let's just stop there. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
So angry.
Because you're just delivery and you're like, I don't know whether or not I want to be. I'm like, wait. I like your delivery. Your delivery
I
in general.
love my wife. Leave me alone, you evil harpy. You know what the worst part is?
Your delivery of your comedy. Because you do it in You do it like the
I do it in
prestigious kind of
with a persona that I pretend to act like
I'm better than everybody.
That's also
in a way.
true. I am better.
And that works for you.
Can
be otherwise known as the gay way. Can be otherwise known as...
What? That's not a thing, okay? It's not 1985, you dickhole.
No, because gay men are very, straightforward and very, kind of pompous, which is cool, though. I like it, because they'll tell you how it is.
Well, that's why.
I'm going to just stop talking. Why don't you stop me from talking sometimes?
You know what? You can't have it two ways. You can't be like, hey, you talk a lot on these things. Why don't I talk some more? And then I'm like, go for it.
I never said that. Not once have I said that. Nope,
and this is what they receive. These are the gifts that Crystal gives. A dildo that won't turn off, and laughter that won't stop. It burns into your ears like a disease. It's great.
It does. No matter how many blankets you put over it and pillows.
Blankets and pillows just amplify it on a different frequency. So instead of zzz, it's and I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of women need to try that sound instead of the zzz, just to try out, because
even the sound gets you hot and bothered though after a while, because I think I must have got turned on 8 times through the night. Because you know what the sound means.
I feel, you know what the best part is? She said it and she's like, why am I still talking? Why am I talking? She tried to cover her mouth. Her voice just kept going. And she's like, stop talking. I don't know why I'm still talking. And I think that really exposes the situation we're in here, guys. We are all hostage to Crystal's comedy. We cannot get away. And apparently, she can't figure out how to turn off a dildo. So, there's definitely a lot of things that are being affected. Let's say they're being affected by today's podcast. Brought to you by the letter Get the Fuck Out. No, I don't know. That's not a letter. That's a saying.
And I keep forgetting I have company.
Yeah, but she laughs really loud, so that's good. I'm sure they think you're having a great time. Except one person who's like, I feel like someone's phone is going off. Is that still happening? They're like, no, it stopped. It stopped. No, it's like it's lower now. It's like it's been covered by a blanket or something. I can't, honestly, this is the best story we opened up with, I think. The only thing that was been better was when I called my wife Crystal 3 times in 2 minutes. That was, yeah. And which aired today.
That was a good opening.
That was a great opening. This too, though, has been fantastic because this is horrible. This is a shit, that's not a good situation.
The battery died. Yeah. And now I got to find the charger cord.
Which may have gone with that other person when they were like, hey, just don't pull on the cords, just unplug them. You don't want to find out what they're attached to. And she's like, what's this one? It sounds like my husband humming. Oh, God! I was like, just going through it. That's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm glad you've been entertained, Crystal. I think that's the priority here.
I was trying not to speak for a minute.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's that's like...
Oh my God, so I think I'm gonna join a threesome.
You would think that we would go from a normal conversation. We might go a little risque.
When
and
is
then
our
bring it back
conversation
to a
be
wholesome
normal?
message of motivation, encouragement, building people up.
So-
And Crystal's like, I'm going to fuck 2 people at the same time. Because I'm feeling like it's the end of summer and I got to celebrate. So, Crystal,
Okay, can I tell you the
wow,
story of
I'm
this?
looking forward to it. Let's see what, we're 40 minutes in. Let's see what happens. Let's take it down.
Okay, so I was reminding, because I'm trying to teach myself French, okay, and I have a French CD collection there to teach you French. Well, I have a couple that are friends of mine. They used to be customers of mine when I had the cannabis drive-thru and the cannabis pod shop. So, and then we just remained friends. They're from Montreal, Quebec. Well, we've stayed in contact. We talk almost every day, her and I and stuff. They are hot. Okay? Like, they are crazy hot. She's beautiful. She's like 24 years old. And she's like covered in tattoos. She's got beautiful breasts, long dark hair, long beautiful brown eyes. And then he's gorgeous. He's my age, and he's like covered in tattoos, badass looking, like looks like he's part of some sort of mafia guy. Beautiful blue eyes, just hot as hell. Shaved head. And then them two, so they live in Quebec, and like I was supposed to go there and go visit them and stuff and stay with them for a while, and just with COVID and everything happening in my family and stuff, I didn't get a chance to go. And then they put in though in their bedroom this big huge hot tub thing, okay, and they posted it on Facebook last night, and then they have all these black lights and this big screen TV, and it just looks like it's just gorgeous. Like they built a spa. Like, you know, like, they're just the coolest people. He's a professional tattoo artist, and she's a photographer, and they lived outside during COVID in this bus, and they built, like, a big garden, and they turned this bus into, like, something amazing. And this couple, I want to hump both of them. Like, you know, like, they're just, oh, baiser les têtes, fermer les yeux, lever les pouces. Whew, tabernacle.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. We're available lots of places. I think what Crystal misunderstood was they didn't build a spa, they built a studio for pictures. I don't...
No, it was a spa.
Okay, yeah.
It was a spa.
No.
They did it inside their master bedroom
Yeah.
because they're that hot of a couple.
Right, yeah.
Like, did they do that?
Yeah, that's not...
I'll share it with you.
No, please don't. Please,
And
for the love
then
of
when
God,
I
don't.
suggested
don't.
that I was going to move in with them, they both liked it deeply, and we decided that I'm going to make them pie, that I'm going to give them cherry pie.
See, now, Crystal and I have had a lot of conversations about me making certain jokes that she doesn't enjoy. She feels that they're very not nice. This is one of those
What
perfect
jokes?
at times where I'd be like, hey, we're hiring a new co-host for this asshole. Because she's getting led by her loins. She's like, oh, loins are going. And she's like, going to Montreal now. And just taking off. And it's like...
No, I'm not. I joked. I have shit to do.
She's going to
We have this
abandon me.
podcast. I'm going
She's
to get
abandoning
to the
us.
woods to have some hot threesome with some like beautiful French couple. Yeah.
This is okay. I think this is.
I can take you
This
with
is
me.
no. That is definitely not a good idea. Okay,
We can tape from there.
we're definitely not doing that. I'll tell you that right now. That
You
is
can be
not.
sitting in the hot tub getting kisses from them. Like,
Most people in general don't want their threesome to be watched by a fat guy on a camcorder in the corner. Most. Some do.
well, we're not going to do stuff while we're on tape, while we're recording.
I don't believe you. That's pretty much how that works. I just don't believe you at all. Like, period.
Okay, this time I'm gonna stop and be serious. Dino, I really am totally joking. I'm not gonna run off to you back. This conversation did happen, but I'm not gonna go in and go.
Remember how earlier on I was saying how she'll say stuff and it's believable, and then she apologizes.
That's why I stopped. Well, that's why I'm trying to do it.
And it's just completely out of control. Like,
serious.
she's just like, no, that's not gonna happen. You're like, bullshit. She is an invitation away from abandoning me on this podcast.
I already got the invitation. The invitation has been sent. The invitation.
So just let me know. Let me know when you're going, when you're gonna leave me alone, and I'm gonna be a loser by myself.
I can't find my forever penis if I'm having threesomes with hot French people. This is not gonna happen. Unless my forever penis is the hot French people.
Yeah, that's why I did this. You know, the problem is I just don't trust the French people. That's just I can't. So yeah, that's you included. The fucking
You're
weirdo.
just not gonna let me get laid ever. Like
maybe they'll hate lay you out of spite. They're like, well, fuck that fat guy. He hates French people. We're gonna fuck the shit out of you. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
I'm French. You know this, right?
Yeah, and I forgive you every day, but it gets harder some days, people. It gets harder to forgive her being French. It's one of those things that you're kind of going, you know. See, that's my first problem. That's not a swear word. That is not a swear word.
And I forgot that I have neighbors or visitors.
Well, looks like Crystal's moving. She's getting one of those weighted blankets.
Good thing I got my tent.
She got a weighted blanket, so if things are vibrating underneath it, they don't communicate sound as well. Here's a question for you. So, as we've discussed on previous podcasts, was that Crystal is now venturing into becoming a outdoors person for giving people the Rona, apparently. Right in your face.
No, it's a banga.
That's not a word. But anyways, let's go on.
Okay.
So, she's going to go out to various Crown Land and do some podcasts on her own.
Self-searching,
outdoor living, abandoning her friend Dino, all those kind of things. They're all going to come into her.
No, that is not happening. Crystal's not abandoning. I need this podcast to be when I'm out there.
Oh, in the beginning it was her priority, but now she doesn't have the time. She's doing laundry 19 times a day.
Oh, you're a bitch. Because this is definitely still my priority, and I go way out of my way to make it happen.
I know you are, and I appreciate it greatly. Come on, I'm just joking.
And it will still stay my priority even when I'm in the bush.
See how I did that? I said something ludicrous, still believable, but then I said, hey, I'm just joking. And that was believable too.
Nope. It was not believable.
It was totally believable.
You're just joking is never
It's
believable.
always believable. Everyone knows that. When I say going,
never. When he apologizes, it's never. Because
Baloney.
he always condescendates it with something.
No, I sandwich it between condescension so you can feel good when I say it, okay? Let's be honest. I am very, very good at this, okay? I say, listen, I understand you have feelings and sometimes they get hurt, but know that I understand and I feel that you're owed an apology, so I am sorry from the bottom of my heart.
Feel like you just come to my hair. That's how horrible that apology was. You might as well have just jizzed in my hair.
It was, yeah, eyes and jizz. It was eyes and hair. It's just right. Like,
was that bad of an apology.
You know what? I'll tell you right now, there are people who are watching who are going to be like, yeah, I'd accept that apology. Like, that's fine. Those people aren't dead inside like you, okay? That's the difference.
I'm not dead inside. I just feel fake when I see it.
That's also a lie. You should see some of the troglodytes she talks to. The whole image is a lie. It's the worst. But hey. What? How dare you?
What do I
I'm honestly,
talk to? Hey,
I'm just.
do you notice that we're in 49
Yes,
or
I was
49
just about to mention
minutes
it.
and this is not cut out?
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything. Yeah, just
Okay.
go ahead, cut me off. What? What were you saying? See how that works. And she's not apologetic at all. She's like, "Fuck you, fatty. I'm gonna go fuck the French people." Ridiculous. I wish, you know what pisses me off is that there's not a quick way, like a bullet train from Toronto to Montreal. That pisses me off. Because I really like going to Montreal.
Is there not?
Well, no, there's a train, but it takes like,
I've
it
never
takes
been.
just as long as driving. It's like 5.5 hours or something. And the thing is, Montreal is a beautiful place to visit. But it's just too long. It's like 5-6 hours of driving. It's a long time.
I have a fountain or a mountain or something there. Mount Morency. It's like my family's like spot. Morency.
I don't believe that for
Yeah.
one bit. That's
Google it.
well, I don't have to
bitch.
Google it. You Google it, okay? But you
I have. This is how I
can you
found
turn
out.
off your phone? I just hear vibrating in the background. No.
It's dead. There's no battery.
Yet she still
The
wanted to
battery
check it.
must
She's
die.
like, maybe. Oh, okay, just in case. This whole.
Oh, it sucks when you go to use it and it's dead, and you're like, "But I'm almost there," because you get yourself like right close, and then you're like, "I need a little bit of assistance," so you pull it out, and it doesn't work, and you're like, What does he say in that movie Apocalypse Now, where he's like, "The blah blah blah, the terminal."
So,
When he's all like,
I have no idea what's fucking going on right now. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. So, but how's your candy? How's that candy going?
it's good.
Well, that's good. She ate all the crotches first. It's horrible. It's
I'm eating Starburst right now.
bastard. Seriously, how do you really need to get control of your sugar consumption because you're gonna get the beaties. That's like.
I know. That's why I gotta go in the forest. I was thinking about that as I was buying all this sugar last night. Is that I was like, you know what? Thank God I'm going into the bush because I'm gonna lose a leg soon. So I better do it now.
You know, I love when people make fun of a disease that I have, and they're like, "Yeah, how do you have both legs there, fatty?" It's like, that's nice. It makes me feel so good. And you know what else makes me feel good is when my co-host is like, "I'm going fishing," and then they say, "Oh, we actually went to go buy candy and gorge myself on candy." Bastard! You bastard!
I went fishing. If you creep my YouTubes as much as you say you do, you would see I went fishing.
Oh,
last
you mean
night.
that video that is like 2.5 minutes long where you're like, "Oh, I'm having an argument with Dino." Well, it's not an argument, but I call it an argument.
No, I didn't.
And she talks
That
down
was the
about how
day
awesome
before.
I am. So horrible.
I do not talk down about how awesome he is. I
Krista,
say
we're
that
out of time.
Because we were having that moment.
Guys, like, share, and subscribe.
I look super pretty in that video, though. The one he's talking
That's true, you
about.
do.
So if you guys want to check
Interestingly
it out.
enough, before that video aired, someone messaged you and said, "Hey, that outfit looks really nice." But, you know, that doesn't get credit, apparently. So. She's looking at me with that face because she doesn't have a leg to stand on. I gave her a compliment. It was totally good.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. That's okay. Okay, morning motivational rant. What are we gonna do here?
Motivate us.
All right, morning motivational rant. There's been a drastic kind of move in currents right now. A lot of the information that we were receiving in the past was very enraging. The point of it all was to kind of get everybody kind of riled up and kind of let us go. Predominantly in the U.S., what was happening was just insane. There's been riots, also quote-unquote peaceful protests by some people. We're seeing some of it calm down, and this is I don't know if it's the calm before the storm or not. I just want to reiterate some very important facts that a lot of people are forgetting, is that we are still human and we are still part of the same species across the board. We're being divided on a daily basis. We're being told to be divided by color, by poverty lines, by wealth, by culture, by country of origin, by birthplace. All these things are meant to separate us. And I think we're not getting reinforced enough that we're all human. That's never going to change. We're just people. We can have different opinions, and that doesn't mean we have to be enemies. We can have varying principles, and it still doesn't mean we have to be enemies. We've disassociated ourselves with the idea that becoming an enemy is our last option, right? Like the distance someone needs to go counter to our own principles to become an enemy should be significantly more than what we're attributing to. We hear people saying, well, I'm going to boycott that restaurant because they sold meat on Friday, which is ludicrous. It's just stupid, right? Because 3 weeks later, people go back to what they were doing. But in turn, we're having people that are being met with real controversy in life, and we're not focusing on it. Instead, we're focusing on being enemies, when the fact is that, guys, we're all here together at this time. At best case scenario, we're neighbors, part of the same community, in the same area. Why are we enemies? There's no reason. We have so much more in common than we have not in common, and we're focusing on all the wrong things. I think it's really important that we kind of stop and kind of take a roll call of what our principles, what really matters in our life, because some things that we've discussed on here is knowing your worth, what you bring to the table. Even if you're a moron, you still bring shit to the table. Even if you're uneducated, you still bring things to the table. There are people who can't read who bring knowledge to the table. We are forgetting how valuable human life and existence is, in turn, just to have someone to hate. This is a complete fallacy of human principles that we have fictitiously been told are the most important, and they're really not. We need to focus on what is important and what is alike between us, instead of seeing what the difference is, because if we really look, we'll find that we have a lot more in common than not. And I think that's all I have to say. Crystal, where can everyone find you?
Everybody find me on Simply Me on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Crystal Morency, and Dino, Lord.
Guys, Dino the Genetic Marvel. I am on YouTube, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, I have a fan page, and I'm on the Twitter. I just want to do a shout out to Facebook Messenger. I'm glad I had the idea to use this instead of Zoom. I am the only person that thought about this. Nobody else on this podcast. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal, for mentioning.
It was all your idea, Bert Kreister.
Oh, you go to fucking hell, you bastard. Listen, thank you very much, Crystal, for mentioning this. It's worked out great, and we're going to continue using it, so awesome. Guys, but we're not just on YouTube with Morning Motivational Rant. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a fan page. And our audio recordings are on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We are recording every day. We're publishing at around 10 o'clock every day, 7 days a week, to bring you more. So in the meantime, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. But stay motivated, stay true to yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.